Hi, I'm Corrine. Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. Today, I thought I would share a peek of me creating a scrapbook layout using the Close to My Heart Feels Like Home paper collection and the Close to My Heart Decorative Borders die set. Let's get started. I have chosen the die that looks like a ribbed ribbon that will cut my cardstock into a fringe pattern. This will be the start of my grass for my layout. Here I have used a piece of 1.5 by 12 inch cardstock that I have swiped with fern colored ink pad. You can use fern colored cardstock if you don't want to use the ink swiping method. I am using a piece of blue painter's tape to hold down the die so that it doesn't shift in the machine. My machine is a Cuttlebug. You can use these dies in most die cutting machines. However, you will need to set it up according to your machine's configurations. After going through the machine, I carefully removed the tape from the die and then repeated the same process at the other end of the cardstock. I then take my X pattern die and line it up so that the edge of my fringe die cut runs along the middle of the X's on the die. This will, when I cut, create an irregular die cut along the top of my grass pattern, which was the intent of this technique. I carefully remove the tape, being careful to not rip my cardstock, and repeat the process on the other end of my die cut. Any bits that were missing at the end, I just quickly used my scissors to mimic the same pattern. I used the same process as before with sugar plum ink pad and the daisy die to create the flowers. I used the leftover piece of fern-colored cardstock to die cut the vine using the vine-looking die from the die set. Taking a 12 by 12 inch piece of white cardstock, I am laying down some dry adhesive tape runner to adhere my background. This will allow me to adhere my pattern paper without having it buckle as it would with a wet adhesive. I am adhering a 6 by 12 inch piece of leaf branches paper from the Close to My Heart Feels Like Home collection. Off camera, I have taken a 6 by 12 inch piece of wooden board paper from the same collection and created a fence using the large scallop die from the same Close to My Heart Decorative Borders set by die cutting it twice along one edge. I attach it overlapping the leaf pattern paper. Now I have run some dry adhesive tape runner along the bottom of my layout and attach the grass fringe on top of the adhesive. I am careful to make sure that the bottom edge is in line with the white cardstock. As you may have noticed, my grass is no longer 12 inches long, but that doesn't matter. It will not get noticed once it is in place. Again, off camera, I have cut out the heart banner and home frame from the Close to My Heart Feels Like Home paper set and adhered them together and onto the center of my layout. I adhered the banner using foam adhesive to raise it up off the page. I used my scissors to help me lift the backing off the tape and then attach it to the top of my page. After adhering the banner, I then decided that I wanted to raise the heart as well. Because I had used the dry adhesive, I was able to easily lift off the heart off of the page without damaging it or the paper underneath. Dry adhesive is more forgiving than other adhesives, giving you time to readjust your page. I then applied the foam adhesive. I noticed that I had overran the foam tape over the edge, so I carefully trimmed the excess off before applying it. I then took the string of flowers and the vine and intertwined them in a braiding motion which created a swag. I then adhered them using liquid glass adhesive. I then laid down the swag, drooping it from the side of the home frame over to the layout edge, while curving it as I went along. The swag hung over the edge, so I used my scissors to trim the excess. I then repeated the process on the other side of the page. Using the Love Blossom stamp set, I stamped loved onto the heart and made with lots of love below the word home using charcoal ink pad. I had cut 4 of 3 by 3 inch pieces of charcoal cardstock and drew a line with pencil from one corner to the opposite so that I could line up the large scallop die to be centered. I then ran it through my die cutting machine. I then marked a 1/4 inch with pencil in the corner of my die cut on both edges and snipped a box out of the corner. Taking the die cut, I scored each edge a 1/4 inch in from both sides with my scoring tool. I then flattened the sides and where it overlapped, snipped both layers in the direction of the corner, then opened it up and snipped off the diagonal pieces. I had fussy cut out some leaves and flowers from my paper and adhered them to the banner to add more embellishment and complement the floral designs on the heart and frame. Taking the corner die cut pieces, I adhered each of the 4 corners using liquid glass. As my last step, I added a photo of my husband and myself using dry adhesive, which I had trimmed a corner off so it would fit under the heart. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please keep watching. I have a tip that you might find helpful at the very end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see future videos, be sure to click subscribe and the notification bell to be informed when I post more videos. Use an emery nail file cut into a point to sand off dried adhesive in tight places.